Hey, it's David here with Beyond the Clef, and I am here with kind of a minor celebrity.
Stop it.
Is Katie Wardrobe from Midnight Music. Thank you for being here.
So excited to be here.
And thank you so much for being in Texas.
Yes, my third time to TMEA, so
Awesome.
I'm super happy. And I'm hoping to come back next year as well, so I love coming
Great.
back. It's just great to meet people in person like you. We often connect online, but it's
Right.
really good to meet in person.
Now, if anybody looks back, way back in our history, you were one of our first episodes, and I have to tell people a little bit of a funny story about that episode. That was when we first got started. It was in my guest room, and we were trying to, it was a whole different deal. And I had messed up the sound.
Oh.
And I had hit, because I was coughing, and I had hit mute. And then I didn't realize I muted the rest of it. So you could hear me, but the rest of the episode.
No.
And so you know what I had to
Did
do?
you drop it in?
And I did. I overdubbed myself. I watched myself, and I figured out what I said, and I redubbed myself. So if you want to go back and watch that horrible episode, the content was great on her end, my end, and it was like, it's really even awkward when I was like, and it was on me, and oh man, it was so bad. So I'm so embarrassed. We need to take that episode down probably, Chris. But I had to tell that little tidbit. But and then I was showing your episode when I got to be on Midnight Music, and you had this great little intro for me, and it was so sweet. And then I was so many times I'm like blah 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 blah, and just step on my. So you said, well, thank you so much for being on, and I said something like. Well, you're in dark and I'm in day. Like, it was really Neanderthal-like. It was so bad. But anyway, let's get to you and tell me, you have this little entourage that follows you around. Let's tell our listeners, what is Midnight Music?
So basically, I really do training for music teachers in how to use technology. So I am a trained teacher, but I always say I am not working in the classroom as such, but I teach teachers. And it's something I love doing, and it's all technology related, and it's that fear factor of technology which I love to try and help people overcome. I feel like there's so much that people could be doing and really want to have a go at, and there's just that barrier of the time to learn, or that fear of not wanting to have a go and just needing a breakdown of simple instructions. So that's what I love to do. So I started out doing live workshops a lot of the time, and then it's sort of morphed into a more online business now, where I'm helping people through an online community. And it's fantastic because I get to connect with people all over the world. So,
And what formats do you have?
Online courses on my own platform, and people can come along and do short courses or longer courses, and professional development certificates are provided and that sort of thing. But I do some live things and then a lot of pre-recorded stuff as well. And pre-recorded's really good because it means people can watch it anytime, anywhere, when it suits them. And having an audience in both Australia and the Northern Hemisphere, it needs to be like that, because doing things live would make no sense all the time. I find myself doing things at different times of day, and it just does not suit people. You know, it's 4 a.m. for people in the UK or whatever it is. So it's great to have that sort of, that course that people can do anytime. Yeah,
Right,
so it's
right.
been really good.
And it's so great. I think districts like mine, school districts, are asking teachers to kind of come up with their own professional development sometimes, which is
Yes.
great. I like that. And so they require me to do like 12 hours, for instance, over the summer, and then I get some days off later on.
Yeah.
And so because of that, then I could go to something like Midnight Music
Yes.
and figure out something that's tailored towards me.
Towards you, yep.
Right,
And it's a pick and choose. It's like Netflix for professional development. You get to pick and choose exactly what you want, like you said. So you don't need to sit there and sit through something you don't want to sit through. In
Right.
Australia, we have, at the beginning of our school year, there are mandatory professional development days for teachers.
Sure.
I don't know if you have this here too.
Definitely. It's the worst part of my job.
It's the worst. And it is not with anything of your choice. It's
Right.
like mandatory, decided by the principal of the school,
Right.
and everybody hates those days. So
Right.
if they get a chance to do something else in their own time, it's a lot better.
Well, and I will say this on camera in case anybody's looking. They try so hard to do so many great things, but unfortunately, if you do something for everybody,
Yeah.
it's so hard for it to apply, especially to some of the singleton areas or just music in general.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
And we talk about this all the time with our coaches, because athletics and band or orchestra or choir, for instance, is always 10 years ahead of the curve, because it's a competitive thing, or it's such an
Yeah.
easy thing. Like it's a team thing, right? So with math, you have this binary answer, yes or no, but in music, it's not always that case. So we
Yeah.
always have to evolve and innovate, right? So do you find that true in your work as well?
I think so, but I still find that I'm still teaching the same types of things that I did when I started 10 years ago. And it's just maybe the tools have changed over time, but the principles are all the same. And it's always that same sort of integration of technology. And it's about the music and performing and singing and playing first of all. And then if the tech helps, then you can weave it in addition to that. But I am still doing stuff that I literally did 10 years ago when I first started. There's a few software programs or websites that I still find them really useful and tips, Things change over time. Productivity for me has been something I've added into my training. I just thought, I wonder if teachers would be interested in learning about productivity and how to use tech to help them in the day.
Oh, yeah.
Massive. Those sessions are so popular.
Yeah, I'm a huge nerd with that stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
But that for me changes over time as tools come and go. So
Right,
so some
right.
things do. Yeah, it's great. It's great.
Well, thank you so much for being here
No problem.
live. I'm so glad to see
I
you.
know, it's so exciting. Thank you.